Good evening, friends. I am Dr. Divyashree, Medical Director, Genia Fertility Center. Today I am with you with one more topic, that is IUI or intrauterine insemination. Before understanding about IUI, let's understand about normal conception. In a normal conception, when couple have intercourse, millions of sperms get deposited here, but only the sperms which are motile or which have motility will further progress towards the uterus, by which time it is only lakhs or thousands, and by the time it reaches the tube it's only hundreds or thousands. The egg which has got ovulated, it will come and enter in the fallopian tube, that is at the level of ampulla, what we call, that is the widest part of the tube. That is where the egg and sperm meet, and the fertilized embryo will come back into the uterus and gets implanted, resulting in pregnancy. During intrauterine insemination, when a man produces a sample, we process the semen sample inside the lab, so that in a semen sample there will be motile fraction of sperms and also non-motile fraction of sperms. We separate out the motile fraction of sperms by processing it in the lab, so that by the time we inject it inside the uterus, the sperms, there will be more numbers and also in concentrations. So intrauterine insemination is insemination of the sperms or motile fractions of the sperms which are processed in the lab directly into the uterus. So why do we have to do intrauterine insemination in cases of infertility, and when do we do this is what I am going to talk to you next. If we have to speak about indications of intrauterine insemination or IUI, it is used in unexplained infertility, which I have covered in my previous videos. What is unexplained infertility? You can go through that video if you want to learn about unexplained infertility. So in unexplained infertility, one of the modality of treatment is IUI or intrauterine insemination. That is the first indication. And the second indication is mild male factor infertility. And the third indication is mild endometriosis. So when we do IUI, we also subject a woman to medications, so that instead of one egg which she releases every time, we want more eggs, that at least 2 or 3 eggs to be released during one particular cycle. So the whole rationale behind IUI is to increase the probability of pregnancy by increasing the number of gametes which are available for fertilization, which means there should be more number of eggs which are released into the tube. And also when we process the semen sample, we separate out the motile fractions and deposit millions of sperms into the uterus, so that by the time it reaches the tube, there will be, instead of one egg which happens in a natural conception, we have 2 to 3 eggs, and also instead of thousands of sperms which are there around the egg around the time of fertilization, we have millions of sperms. So more eggs and more sperms, resulting in a better chance of pregnancy. So this is the whole rationale of doing an IUI in a infertile couple. As I told you about indications, if we are doing IUI in unexplained infertility, it is mainly to increase the probability by increasing the number of eggs and sperms which are available for fertilization. If we are doing in mild male factor infertility, which means the count is more or less okay, but the motility is on the lesser side. So instead of them trying naturally, where there will be lot of trafficking of sperms, which means there will be certain amount of sperms which are motile and also non-motile. So when the non-motile sperms are going to cause an hindrance for motile sperms, that will be taken care by an IUI, where we are only segregating the motile fraction of sperms and putting it directly inside the uterus. Also, once the count is less, by the time it reaches the tube, the count will be much lesser. That means if a semen analysis is showing borderline count, by the time it reaches the tube, it will be much lesser, because as I told you, in a natural conception, the number of sperms which reaches the tube will be already lesser. So the deposited number of sperms is only lesser. That means the number reaching the tube will be very less, resulting in less probability of pregnancy. So when we do IUI, we are trying to optimize this motile fraction of sperms, so that it is directly going into the uterus and then subsequently to the tube. The next thing is endometriosis. Mild endometriosis, not severe endometriosis. In mild endometriosis also, we can increase the probability of pregnancy, because almost mild endometriosis and unexplained infertility, they both have common causes for infertility. So in IUI, we are trying to increase the probability of pregnancy by increasing the number of sperms and eggs which are available for fertilization. If you have to understand whether you fit into the category of IUI, do you require IUI, then you have to consult your doctor and you can ask them what is IUI, and you want to know further on this, you can call me on 6360728115, or you can mail us on geniafertility06@gmail.com. Thank you.